Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in, friends. Come in, come in. Happy spring. It's so good to see you here. Hey, do we have any visitors today that would like a welcome packet? Welcome packet. Paula is visiting again. Anybody would like a welcome packet in your hand? Okay. Welcome to folks online today. So we have something new happening today that those of us sitting here might not know, but we have subscribed to a service called Boxcast that puts church services online. So we apparently have a system that's called OBS. That's POS. That will never provide the quality of service that we're looking for. So there's two services, Resi, that's for big churches, and Boxcast, which is for us, that should raise the bar on what our folks see online. So for you guys online, we just did this for you, so please give money. Money. Thank you very much. Our speaker today is our own dear Reverend Sharon Bush. We are so lucky to have you. So, so lucky. Yay. Our reader is our most dramatic Kellee James, our professional reader, and our music is John Magny at the choir room. Yay. Prayer chaplain today is Megan Bright. Megan, are you here? Good. Megan, raise your wave to us in the back. Megan is our prayer chaplain today, and she will join you in the back.
I also have free tickets because I volunteered at the Lincoln.
Quick.
Does anyone want some great seats to the Lincoln tonight? I have 2 tickets. It's like it's Imani Wins and pardon? Oh, okay.
Hold the microphone up.
I volunteer at the Lincoln Center, and tonight there is a performance, and I have 2 free tickets, and they are 3rd row, and they're in the orchestra. They're awesome. It's like 100. I'm going to tell you, it's Imani Winds and Boston Brass. You can Google it. Okay, there they are.
Okay, that was an unplanned announcement. But 2 free tickets, hey, that's awesome. Our Unity Youth Program is studying the 12 Powers by Charles Fillmore, and they're talking about order and divine law today, this month. Furnace and AC in the roomy room has been fixed, replaced. So if anybody has sweltered or frozen back there, depending on the season, hot in the summer, cold in the winter, we're fixed. So if you are moved to give money to help us, I hate to ask for money, but it looks easy. We would love to have you help support our heating and cooling system. So thank you so much. Jim and come on up.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody, about 20 of us that showed up yesterday to do cleanup and the yard work. I really appreciate your help yesterday, and we got a lot done. Thank you. And it's, Earth Day is coming up on the 22nd, so you helped improve our little piece of the earth. And we're doing another one on the 17th of May, so mark your calendars down. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Next Sunday, we will open up the marketplace, which has events and dinners and things like that. So if you have something like that that you would like to donate, do it today or before Saturday, and I'll have it set up for next week, and you can come and peruse and buy some fun things, dinners and, I don't know. Services, yes. Horseback ride, yeah. So that's it, thanks.
All right, you have probably noticed we have books in the foyer. They were given to us, and today is their last appearance for you to see if you want something, and then they go on to their next life. So today's it, if you'd like to look at them. Love and Action Study Group meets in the Friendship Room on April 14th at 7 p.m. Contact Anisha if you're interested. It's at 6:30. 6:30, sorry. 6:30, not 7. Anisha and Steph are the chair folks. Drumming Circle meets Thursday, April 17th at 5. Contact Will Moore if you're interested. Next week is our special Easter Sunday service. Both of our musicians, John and Elise, will be doing music, and Sharon and Jim are doing Easter service. So Easter's different here than other churches. What a surprise. All right. And if you want a 50th anniversary t-shirt, we're taking orders in the back. That's it for us. Let's calm ourselves. Take a big, deep breath. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you.
All right, come on up, choir. All right, I want to tell you this is a cool day for me because my rock and roll band, which is called The Grocery Story, we just got a new CD out, and what I find so cool is that 3 of the songs that are on that record started here at Unity Church. Inspirations from some things that Sharon has said, and yeah, so somehow my Unity Church experience is feeding my rock and roll band. And I will have the CDs available at the end of the show here. The show. See where I'm at. Service, not show. That's all I show. Okay. All I really got to be is positive energy. Got to do is help each other to get through. And I've decided to stick with love. I've decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. I've decided to stick with love. but go ahead. Here we go. Well, I decided. People, there was a man who love took a stand, hated on and thrown in jail, yet he never struck back at all. Oh, this man's name was Dr. Martin Luther King. The words he said, they mean everything. I decided to stay with love. I decided to stay with love. I said, hate is too great, a burden to bear. I decided to stick with love. Oh, I decided to stick with love. I decided to stick with love. Hate is too great, a burden to bear. I decided to stick with love. And all I really got to be is positive energy. Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for that quote that Sharon said once. And now we got Kellee.
This is in honor of this Unity's 50th anniversary, and it's my thoughts about unity and why I'm here. I was raised by my mother in the Methodist Church. When I was little, the Bible stories and crafts were fine. I liked camp. As I grew, I became critical. Adolescence does that. I learned about other places and religions, other cultures. Why must everyone else be wrong in their belief so Methodism could be right? I announced that I was done with the Methodist Church at 16. Firmly. I encountered Science of Mind and the writings of Ernest Holmes at 18. A chord resonated within me. My own belief was closer to this. But still, I had no community. I attended Unitarian Universalist churches. Hey, I liked Emerson. They liked Emerson. And I felt more free. My faith, though, was still pretty much a cerebral thing, up in my head. In 2006, we moved to an old farm in Weld County. I was lonely. I wanted a sense of community. So I joined a nearby Methodist church. Back again. The service was comfortable, like a well-worn shoe. As time passed, though, all my old doubts resurfaced. Denying my true spiritual beliefs felt like a spiritual lie. For the second time, I departed Methodism. But where to go? Sleuthing online, I discovered Unity of Fort Collins. The congregation was not too far from where I lived, and perhaps I might find kindred spirits. From my first service here in July 2016, I felt at home. Just like the fable of the three bears, Unity of Fort Collins was just right. Peggy Christensen was the minister then, and Franklin Taggart provided music. I knew lots of the songs. Not only did I have the freedom to explore my own beliefs, there were other people asking similar questions to my own. The kindness that permeates every service here has been the missing link for me. There is a warmth at Unity beyond what I have ever experienced in my spiritual wandering. Unity of Fort Collins has become my spiritual home. You've become my friends. You've tolerated my eccentricities and are proving to be good company as we move along our unique, yet common, pathways in life.
Thank you, Kellee. Hey, Peaches, you want to come on up? This is, we got Peaches Embry in the house today. Ooh, look at that. Microphone here. So Peaches in our collective called The Grocery Story. She's going to help us out here. This is another song that came from a title of Reverend Sharon's talk called You Can Always Come Back Home. Okay. Should we test that? Yeah. She's on. She's on. All right. Oh, you know, it's all up to you. You can do it any time that you choose. It's not far away. You're already near it. Just reach out for love and return the spirit now. You can always come back home. You can always come back home. No matter how far you roam, you can always come back home. Oh, Father, said the prodigal son, oh, I know that I don't deserve to be forgiven. But Father said, I don't care about all that. I'm just so happy that you're back. You can always come back home. You can always come back home. No matter how far you roam, you can always come back home. You can always. You can always come back home. Anytime, my son. You can always come back home. God will always be home. No matter how far you roam, you can always come back home. Break it down to you can always come back home. The door will always be open now. Whenever you get tired, when you get weary, if you need a little comfort, you can always come back home. Hey. Do I got some good help up here or what? Thank you all. We'll be back later.
So I've missed being here the last 2 weeks because I was home with a cold. And I want you to know it felt so good to come back home this morning. So last night, around sundown, our Jewish brothers and sisters started their week-long celebration of Passover. It marks a significant time in the history of the Jewish people. It's a memory of when they escaped slavery in Egypt. And so we hold our Jewish friends in our hearts this morning. And also today is Palm Sunday. It marks the beginning of what is called Holy Week for 2 billion Christians around the world. It was the last week of Rabbi Jesus' life and the beginning of a spiritual legend that literally changed history. It was during this week that Jesus delivered what I consider some of his most mystical and misunderstood teachings. We can read the Gospels, and we are presented with information about Jesus, what he did, what he said, who he was, but we are given very little, if any, information about what he pondered in his heart. In between his 40 days in the wilderness and when he went to the garden to pray, we are pretty much presented with authoritarian teachings. But I've often wondered, what if Jesus had a journal? What would he have written in his journal? What would be different from the words written about him, not by him? Maybe someday they will be in a dig and they will find the writings of Jesus. I just think there's a journal out there. So do you think he would admit to himself and to God that on Palm Sunday, he might have been greatly tempted to turn that donkey around? Now, I have a confession to you. When I first started on this talk, I was sitting at my desk giggling because I thought I could say, turn the ass around. So I sent Julie an email, and Jim was not happy with me at all. And I thought, wouldn't everybody wonder what I meant out here on the sign? But I gave in, and we're talking about the donkey. Did he feel fear what might be happening to him? Did his mother Mary say to him, now Jesus, just turn around and leave. Go someplace where you'll be safe. But he didn't turn around. He entered Jerusalem to meet his destiny. He shared an intimate Passover supper with his friends and personally communicated his last instructions to them on how they were to share his teachings. He faced his worst fears and his nightmares and surrendered his will to his higher power. He endured seemingly betrayal at the hands of some of his closest friends. And he was unjustly convicted and tortured for telling the truth as he understood it. He was publicly humiliated and brutally murdered. And many believe he rose on the third day. It's a well-known story, Many of us were taught it in Sunday school. But it's the story of our human journey also. We have those times where our friends betray us. We have those times where we're afraid. We have those times when we speak our truth and it doesn't resonate with anybody else. So mainstream Christianity has taught many of us this story literally. For me, it doesn't make it less powerful or transformational of a story. All my German Lutheran relatives believed, and I was raised to believe, every word in the Bible was literally the truth. All of us, every one of us, has had a journey from what we were taught as children and what we believed about it to where we are now in this weird church. Some of you had an easy journey on the path to discovering your personal spiritual walk, and others, like me, searched for the truth. Jesus was a Jew, not a Christian. Christianity didn't even exist during his life. Christianity was founded by Paul and made into a religion by St. Augustine at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Many of us were raised to believe that. We were literal Christians. We were taught that Jesus was God, and he died for us poor, miserable sinners. And if we were good enough, we would be allowed into heaven when we die. I spent many a Good Fridays not feeling so good. I would be consumed with guilt as I thought of myself or was asked by the minister if I crucified Jesus by the way I lived. My move from what I was taught as a child was slow and sometimes funny. Funny is very good. So a funny note about literalism. During my time of growth from mainstream Christianity to New Thought, I was the leader of a large retreat called Curcio. And during that 4-day retreat, two of my friends, Father Bill and Reverend Dave, and I were sitting out on the grass eating lunch together. They were sharing stories about being ministers. And I was just the silent listener. So they started joking with each other about people they knew who actually believed that if it was written in red in the Bible, Jesus actually said it. So there I sat, sandwich in hand. What? What are they saying? You mean that's not true? How could that be? That's not actually the words of Jesus? It was a whole aha moment for me. And it was only years later that I told my friend Dave Bennett what he had done to me that day. But I knew deep in my soul that my near-death experience was the truth. During that short time, I was told that I was loved. I was loved eternally, and there was no judgment. There goes being a good Lutheran girl. I'm loved, and there's no judgment. I was instructed to tell people that God is love. So, my friends, God loves you. This life-changing experience taught me my oneness with Spirit and my oneness with all of humanity. So I had to ask myself, if I no longer believe that Jesus had to die to save me from sins, what do I do with Christmas and Easter? You need to go to the corner. Thank you. So after hours and hours of classes, I now understand the Bible is a book of stories that have some gems of truth on how we should live life. Those gems are teachings of kindness, inclusiveness, and love. In unity, we see Jesus as the great example, an example of how we should live our lives. And I know personally when I follow those examples, my days are better. My life is better because I'm not living coming from my ego. I feel calm and peaceful. Jesus helped people. He had friends of different walks, of different nationalities. He hung out with people who were always a little shady, maybe. But he wanted to learn how to help, and he helped others. He gave them his time, his food. He helped them heal, and he taught them to love themselves and others. Today, I look at the story of Good Friday differently. One thing I know, I'm not a poor, miserable sinner. I'm a blessed soul. I am a blessed soul having a human experience, and so are you. I believe the soldiers could nail the hands and feet of Jesus on the cross, but they could not tie down his spirit. Jesus taught and demonstrated that through the power of God, which is the reality within each one of us, there is always the ability to come through any darkness to the other side, to the light. His words on the cross represent steps each one of us can take to enrich our lives. He spoke 7 times from the cross, and he spoke from a point of love. So the first words that they have written that he spoke were, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Inner forgiveness, forgiveness of ourselves and of others, is so needed. And it's an important spiritual process for us. It's the first of the 7 statements from the cross because it is so important. One of the most destructive emotional experiences is our reluctance to forgive ourselves and to forgive those who we think have harmed us. Sometimes we make a mistake around this, and we condemn them for things that they haven't done. We just see it differently. So, the most important thing when you leave here today, if nothing else, forgive. Forgive every day. Forgive those people who forgot to call you or talk to you. Forgive those relatives who don't talk to you. Just forgive. Because, my friends, when we forgive, we're set free. It's for us we forgive. So the second word spoken on the cross is, "Truly I say to you today, you will be with me in paradise." What does that mean? So, where is paradise? Like the teacher Eckhart Tolle, Jesus knew and taught the importance of living in the now moment. Paradise is the name Jesus used when he taught his followers to live each day fully. It's easier to handle life when we live one day at a time. So Jesus spoke these two words to one of the two thieves crucified with him. Charles Fillmore, one of the founders of Unity, suggests that two of the thieves symbolize the past and the future. And Jesus symbolized our spiritual awareness. So we're all aware of how memories of the past can rob us, and anxiety from the future can also rob us. So with spiritual awareness, we can bring our concerns for the future into the here and now consciousness. And we need not project ourselves into the future, but rather bring all the thoughts about the future and the past into paradise, which is today. Paradise is our oneness with God, and it is here and it is now. So his third words, Jesus expressed love. He expressed love in its most personal and tender aspect as his thoughts went to his mother. He invited his mother to see the disciple John as her son, and to John to consider her as his mother. It could be he realized the importance of fulfilling personal commitments before we leave this human life. He loved his mother, and he wanted her to be cared for. His message also suggests that we are all family. All family in the spiritual realm. I think he might have been speaking from a level of the highest understanding concerning the truth of human relationships. One of the greatest realizations that can come to us is the realization of our true relationship to every other human being. Whether biological ties exist, the metaphysical ties are stronger and more important. In spirit, we're each other's sister and brother, mother and father. All of us connected in spirit. So his fourth statement was, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Have you ever felt that? Like you're alone on the planet? Metaphysically, the crucifixion represents the crossing out of that which is contained in our limited human consciousness. In the fourth word, Jesus addressed the false belief that we sometimes feel that God has deserted us. At times like this, when that happens, it's important that we set aside fear, go into the silence, and remember. Yes, remember that we are always one with God. With God, we can always go back home. Right, John? And home is our connection with our spirit within us. So his fifth statement was, I thirst. It's the only statement that's written that refers to a physical need. The deeper meaning of these words is we thirst for a higher level of spiritual understanding about our oneness with God. The sixth words came after he had been given the drink, and he stated, it is finished. So on one level, Jesus spoke that his work and his life were finished. But on a deeper level, He speaks to us of the perfection of life itself, the gift of life. We must know that everything in our life is part of a cycle of learning, growing, and unfolding. Each event, each experience, each relationship, every victory, and every defeat, each of them is a factor in our great overall pattern of evolution. We have to go through certain difficult or painful experiences. We should learn the lessons that they contain as quickly as possible, not hang around in them. When we feel we understand the lesson, then it is wise to say, "It is finished." Let it go. It has done its work. Greater good is now in store, and we let the past bury the past. It is finished. The seventh and final words that Jesus may have spoken are, "Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit." Jesus expressed his love and trust in the absolute goodness of God as he surrendered to God. It is said Jesus invited us to love God, love one another, and also love ourselves. So I invite you during what they call this Holy Week or Passover week to sprinkle love wherever you go. But I have one story left. It was Palm Sunday. But because of a sore throat, 5-year-old Johnny stayed home from church with a sitter. When the family returned home, they were carrying palm fronds. Johnny asked them what they were for. People held them up over Jesus' head as he walked by, his father said. "Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you just know it? The one Sunday I don't go, he shows up." So as we go into a quiet time, I invite you to go from your thoughts to the place within you where you feel love. Think about your journey to this place where you call home, the home where your spiritual family comes. And I invite you to feel love for yourself. It's so easy to judge ourselves. But it's so important to accept and love ourselves just as we are. Created in the likeness and the image of Spirit. Say to yourself, I forgive me for the things that I think weren't right. I forgive me for judging. I forgive me for being envious. Because when I think about forgiving myself, I go within and I feel the light. The light of Spirit, the light of life. So remember and know that you are the place where love shows up. You are the place where God shows up. And so it is.
Oh, Sharon, you know, I was thinking as you were speaking, I was sitting over there. For some 20 years or more, I've been in congregations where Sharon's been the speaker. And thank you. Thank you for all you've taught me. Thank you for all you've taught our congregations, your stories, even those silly titles up there, you know? Did you know, Sharon, that for the first time, you were live on Facebook today? You know, your Turn Your Ass Around lesson is on Facebook. Wow. It's a good thing we didn't put it out on the marquee out there, though. Can you imagine people coming down Vine and seeing that and then turning around in a hurry? Man. So, thank you. Thank you, Sharon. So let's have our ushers come forward. And we thank Sharon, but we also thank each one of you that support this ministry. We wouldn't be able to do the things we do without your support of your time and talent and your contributions financially. So thank you. So let's go ahead and hold those offerings in our hand as we're grateful. I put them next to your heart as we bless it together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Could we get our singers up here? Okay, another song here that ended up on our grocery story record. And this is something from Pop Staples and a guy named Wesley Westbrook. This is a song called You Don't Knock, You Just Walk On In. Are you ready, Carol? You don't knock the door. There's love to share. I know to rest. You don't knock, ring, punch a hole. Door's not open, waiting for you, so you don't knock. Just walk on in. I walk right by the road. Trying to bear this load, trying both night and day. Tired I can hardly pray. Jesus, my light and guide, He's ever by my side. So I'm walking out, knocking into heaven with pride. You don't knock the door. There's love to share. I know. You don't knock, ring, punch a hole. Doors wide open, wait for you, so you don't knock. Just walk on in. You know my word is true. very much.
Our Unity kids are already here. They just walked right in. Well, let's go ahead and sing our song anyway,
Okay,
huh?
all right.
This little light of mine.
Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. On the corner of Rise and Vine, here on the corner of Rise and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Rise and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Rise and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it.
Good morning. So today, we talked about Earth Day, and I'm going to let everybody else talk and not me.
We talked about order and how it can affect things in nature. We made little bee things to put next to the flowers.
What kind of flowers?
Pollinators.
Would you like to say anything? Say hi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Very big potato eater. I make potatoes because they're from the earth.
Okay, should we go on? Down? Okay. Well, I just wanted to also acknowledge our musicians. We've got our choir up here. Peaches, thank you for being part of our community today. I don't know, there's Gerald Gates in back there. And did you know that you can take this music home with you? Look at this, there's a CD. And they're right back there, a whole stack of them. $20, and you can take this music home. So I'd suggest you support John and all he does with picking up one of his CDs. And thank you, Richard. Richard's back there in the booth. He's the one that makes all this sound possible. And as I said, we're streaming out to Facebook and YouTube, and we are soon going to also have it on our website. So thank you, Richard, for all your work. So should we go ahead and circle up and close our service? Thank you for being here. Okay, together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.